Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Open Tournament, the final Open Tournament, hosted here by Runeterra Academy. My name is Tajigar, Taj for short, joined on the desk by the wonderful Miles David here tonight. We're getting at you with the premiere match of the winners quarterfinals between Iceborne Ready and Ithaca College, getting right into draft as we speak. Miles David, how are you feeling tonight?
And I'm feeling good. Today, I just got up. So, a bit of a slow start, but we're good. We're excited for this League of Legends match, and I can't wait to see some awesome high-level plays. It's going to be a good one.
Yep. As I said, getting into draft, we see some bands that I would say are not surprising in the least. We see the Gragas, the Corki, and the Zillion banned away by the side of Iceborne Ready, and Aileron, Ithaca College's top laner, is a noted Gragas top main. We also see the Wukong and Echo targeted by the side of Ithaca College, taking away those picks from Zekutara and Lil Willy. Zekutara with about 440 games on Wukong, and Lil Willy with 245 on the Echo. So no surprise at all that they're taken away.
Yeah. Media target bans all across the board from both teams. So that frees up the Morgana first pick, one of the best junglers in the patch right now. Because of her extremely fast clear speed, she can just gank, she can do everything for your team, and be an AP damage threat too. So this opens up possibility for an AD mid laner for IBR. And we'll see what the response will be. Nocturne, guys, are getting picked up. That might be Nocturne mid, that might be Nocturne top. We don't know yet. It's a flex pick. So I see keeping their cards close to their chest.
I actually think this might be a Nocturne jungle. Aileron is mostly a tank player from his match history.
Okay.
And
yeah,
Garfield. Okay, so I see now it is Garfield's lasagna, not lazaga. There's an N. Okay, and it seems like Garfield's does not play much Nocturne. Though Sandbag, the jungler, does have some Nocturne games under the belt. So I wouldn't be surprised if this actually goes jungle.
Okay, jungle Nocturne gonna be interesting. Tristana and Leona immediately picked up for IBR, and I think this is a very good response to the Kai'Sa. Honestly, Tristana does beat out Kai'Sa in lane, and the late game she outranges the pick. Thresh, and so the bot lanes. So it looks like, excuse me, it looks like junglers and bot lanes are going to be picked up by both teams. That will leave the second round ban phase to go towards the solo laner. So we'll see what IBR decides to prioritize. Corki is not on the table anymore. Zillion's gone, so it's going to be interesting to see what they could still decide to go for Illusion mid or something like that. Of sort, they do have an AP damage threat with the Morgana, so all kinds of options open. Taj, so many to pick.
Not one of them anymore. Banned away with Ithaca College. So yeah, it looks like looks like they're heavily targeting that top lane so far, as opposed to the mid.
I
I
mean,
think
definitely.
it is of note that both teams, their highest elo players are the top laners. So that might explain a bit as to why both teams, or at least Ithaca College, is putting so much emphasis on banning away top lane picks from the side of Iceborne.
Yeah, I think is gearing up to have a top lane counter pick. They're probably going to
Mm-hmm.
blind pick their mid laner here, give him a safe pick to work with. Garfield, I believe, is his name. Yeah, so he'll probably be put on safe pick, and you want to give your top laner as big of an advantage as possible because in a long lane like that, if you get counter pick, it's a very hard hill to climb.
Yep. Kennen and Mordekaiser, the final two bans from Ithaca College, both of them AP.
Mm,
And it'll be
there we
Lissandra
go.
and Shen banned away by Iceborne. And the Galio, this would be a solo lane Galio, not support, locked in by the side of Ithaca College.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, Galio is one of the safest mid laners you can pick, technically speaking, and he can do so much all around the map, giving impact either to the top side or the bot side, depending on where do you decide to go. With the rest of your champions and the globals coming from Ithaca is going to be something to look at. We have the Nocturne, we have the Galio, we have Kaisa that can go all across, away from the map, and any fight that IBR starts could potentially they could get outnumbered potentially. So that's something we have to look out for.
Mhm. Pantheon now locked in for the side of Iceborne.
Oh, there we go. AD mid. I think that Pantheon's going mid. It should
Think
be.
so.
Yeah. I could
And
be wrong, but it might be the case because of how easily Pantheon's able to just get across the map and follow Galio if he decides to ult in. So I'm assuming that
okay.
goes mid.
But
Silas though
yeah,
immediately
do you think
picked
we'll
up.
see Silas top then?
It could be, yeah. I mean, it depends. We'll have to see when the drafting starts. When the drafting actually starts. On where these champs will go. And I think that's the point of IBR's draft. They have to make it unknown. They have to make sure people are playing a bit more safe, picking safer picks. And here we have the Gangplank, a pretty safe pick if you'd ask me.
Yeah.
And scales really well, can lane pretty well too. So in the late game, definitely something to watch out for. And the globals, dude, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's all about the globals this game.
Looking at these team comps, do you see the Nocturne, you know, choosing a specific part of the map to apply most of his pressure on, maybe up in the top or the mid, or do you think they're going to go for the bot lane?
I think the bot lane is probably their key to victory because you want to get a lot of playthings onto their Sana as much as possible. You do
Mhm.
have a pushing lane in that regard. So priority on that side means that Nocturne probably will want to be there to gank the Tristana when she tries to get close. And Kaisa and Thresh can super easily follow up on that along with the Galio. Meanwhile, Morgana will be happy to clear and probably will, depending on the situation, I'm assuming she's going to start red side with the bot lane in order to get a faster clear and take
Mhm.
control of the map from there. She could look to snowball either top or mid. We'll have to see. Pantheon, of course, kind of needs to get ahead in order to remain relevant.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting. The team fight coming from the teams are pretty good. I'd say the engage from IBR is of course a lot stronger, but
Yep.
the response from Ithaca is something to look out for. If they can survive, let's say the initial burst, then they should be able to actually fight back once the rotations spell from IBR is gone.
Mhm. And I will say, on the topic of the global presence that Ithaca College has at their disposal now with these lock-ins, at the same time, I'm assuming if we do get a Silas mid, Pantheon top, maybe. I mean, basically, wherever they go, Pantheon can get anywhere, and Silas can just steal Galio R, and then he's following the Pantheon wherever he goes. So it's
Yeah,
like you have yes, the engage is in favor of Ithaca College, but IBR at the same time do have their own options if they want to, dogpile somewhere, like on Port Kaisa and the Thresh at some point, maybe.
yeah. It's kind of weird because I felt like IBR were the ones adapting to what I think I was the one picking, even though they're on the blue side.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if they're able to chase Ithaca down. It might be very hard for them to lock down the targets, because Gangplank, of course, he has his orange, he has his vitamin C
Yeah.
to get out of trouble. Thresh, there's a Lantern too to get his teammates out of trouble, and Kaisa can be very hard to lock down as a very independent ADC. I have to see if they'll be able to do it. And now we should see who's going where, because I'm very interested on
Yeah.
what they think is the better matchup. I mean, Pantheon into Gangplank. Pantheon should be able to all in that lane.
Mhm.
In case it happens, but it's a lot harder because of the orange, because Gangplank can keep you up at range. So
Yep.
I'm honestly really thinking that this is Silas top.
Okay. And I really like the Morgana pick here. Like, even though they picked it before the Nocturne, because I mean, it's the full dive. Okay, the Nocturne goes in, and then the Galio goes in, and then the Gangplank presses are on top of you. But just one black shield, and boom, your Tristana can basically get out of that entire combo. Plus, you got the Leona for Peel. And so, Morgana is such a strong pick right now in the jump. Have a lot of impact in these particular team comps as well.
Yeah, definitely. And Morgana can also flash in with the ult, follow
Yeah.
up with the Leona. They can also engage. That's the thing with IBR's comp. They definitely have the tools to engage themselves. But I think I will be first on the draw just because of the global presence they have, and IBR will be the ones forced to respond. And now we're going to see in Champ Select who they decide to go with. And regarding the comps more holistically, there we go. I called it.
Yep.
Kutura, I called it. Silas top. There we go. All right, for the viewers right there. But anyway, regarding the team comps as a whole, they're both brawly. They both kind of want a team fight. But because of the Gangplank, I'd say that the scaling does favor Ithaca somewhat in the late game. If they don't get dogpiled on, of course. There are lots of factors that would go into this. Scaling on either side is decent, but I'll give the edge a bit over to Ithaca.
Okay. So with that, I'm sure we can expect Iceborne to try to hammer down their opponents in that early game. Make sure that, they might scale, but make sure they hit their max scaling at, 2 hours into the game. So try to keep them reined in early game as much as possible.
2 hours into the game. What is the season 2? Oh my gosh. Back in the day when there was no Elder Dragon, all Elder Dragon gave us gold, so there's no end game. Like, if you can stave off a Baron push, you can pretty much the game can last for as long as possible.
Yeah. Thankfully, that is not the case, or else us casters would likely need more than just a Ricola after the day is over.
Yeah.
So we're just running through draft again, and not surprised to see a lot of meta picks. One thing I love to see in these kinds of tournaments and leagues is that personal preference picks can shine through. Like we saw, perhaps the viewers, shout out to Neoshot in the chat, saying, yo, that Lux kind of nasty with it, though, watching Tournament 2 replays, and that Lux was actually Neoshot himself. So, I'm always excited when we see, personal preference picks come out, champions that you're comfortable on rather than super meta, like, maybe the Echo in the mid lane. I'm not sure exactly how
comfort picks are where the good plays come out, because the player is very, as I said, they're comfortable on the champion. They know the limits of the champion they're playing. Unlike if you just go for a meta pick, sometimes you don't know how to manage the rumble heat super well or connect your camps effectively with a Morgana pool and mess up the Raptors. That can happen. So definitely, if you're more comfortable on the champ, I expect to see a lot more coming from it. And, I'm looking forward to seeing this Nocturne. I'm looking forward to seeing this Pantheon to see what they can do.
Yep. And hedge your bets on whether or not this Nocturne will go Lethality or Stride Breaker. I wouldn't, with the Gangplank and the Galio and the Thresh, it's certainly possible it could go Lethality, just gotta get a bit more damage into that comp. But it's also certainly possible to go the more meta Stride Breaker route. I think this could be it for us here in Champ Select. We'll be getting into Game 1 tonight between Iceborne Ready and Ithaca College in this first round, the quarterfinals of this final open tournament hosted by Runeterra Academy. Don't go anywhere. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Summoner's Rift here in this final open tournament hosted by Runeterra Academy. My name is Tajigar, or Taj for short, joined by Miles David on the desk here tonight. We're coming at you live with this first match of the quarterfinal rounds between Iceborne Ready on the blue side going up against Ithaca College on the red side.
Man, I'm just happy to cast again.
Yeah.
This should be a good game regardless. I've been hitting a bit of a dry spell when it comes to getting jobs right now, so super excited to get back into it. And we have very much no exciting level ones yet, just a 5 points across the map. Playing safe, not doing anything too crazy yet. You might see something soon. Eleron and Sakutara looking at each other. I think he knows that there's someone there.
Yeah. Zakatar is just partying there in the bush. Uh-oh, Eleron coming up.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Oh, trial by fire, level 1. Eleron has the upper hand here.
Yeah, definitely. You have to be careful about the Gangplank passive. It can be a bit nasty to deal with, but Sakutara should be fine. He does have a lots of sustain on Silas' kit after all, so not too worried about that. But your moral victory belongs to Eleron this round for winning that trade.
I don't really look at it.
Definitely. All right. So there we go. Starting off, and Morgana is starting leadless actually. So they will have no idea where she's starting. She could be Raptors, she could be Wolves. They don't know. So it will be a surprise factor for Haidu to possibly affect the map in ways that Ithaca won't expect, and we'll see what he can do in that regard. This mid lane matchup, I definitely favor Lil Willy though. Pantheon just so much stronger in the early game, and oh my gosh, he's just going for it.
Yep, trades
Is he
in
gonna go
top
for
lane.
the snipe? Is he gonna go for the snipe? Is the question. Oh, channel! Oh, so close.
Oh, goodness, how much health does he have left? That
Very
brought him down
close.
to probably about 50. Big
And
trades
that's the
there.
power. That's the power of the level 1 from the Pantheon. You just have to immediately give up so much priority there in the mid lane. Something you have to definitely watch out for. Okay, they know Nocturne's there. Teleport is taken out. So everything going well for Lil Willy in this first few minutes of the game.
They are. You can see 5 CS ahead. I wouldn't be surprised if that evens out relatively quickly. However,
The problem isn't just the CS. It's the fact that
True.
Galio had to miss out on EXP. So he's going to be put behind when it comes to levels.
yep,
CS, you know, no one really cares about that. 5 CS,
gold is overrated.
it's fine. Yeah, gold pretty much overrated. There we
Yep.
go.
That was TP having to be burned as well by Lazaga. It's Lazaga. I told you. It's not lasagna. It's Lazaga. Okay.
You're just hungry, Taj. That's what it
Maybe I
is.
am. It's engage on the bot lane. Lord Crystal will go in with the Zenith Blade, but will be immediately descends at the same time. Ignite is taking away. First blood goes over to Ithaca College. Firelight on the Thresh.
Ooh, man. All right. Leona, you're not that tanky without your W just yet. But so definitely good punish by the bot lane of Ithaca to be able to get that Firelight. Of course, I've casted this guy before. He's a really good support player, and I like what I'm seeing from him. Definitely, so good job from him getting that hook off before Leona could get stronger. So
Yep. Do note that I believe Ithaca College was originally slated to have a substitute as their support tonight, but as mentioned before, it is Firelight. Dark Binding will land, but Pantheon does not engage. And yeah, Firelight, I suppose you could say their starting support. I believe it's Master's tier player, so expect some big things coming out from him tonight.
I mean, you want your Master Tier player on the Thresh, right? To get all the fancy plays out of the out of the can, definitely. And here in the top lane, looks like things are favoring the Gangplank after all. The moral victory didn't count, it seems. As Eleron is shoving in the lane. I mean, Silas should be able to pick it up, so the lane still pretty much still even, but priorities there in the top side where Morgana is, so she should be comfortable. Just being safe around the map, knowing that not the Morgana, I mean the Nocturne should be safe, relatively safe on that side of the map in order to do whatever he wants. And Wave just bouncing back and forth, not too much to call in this early game besides that kill in the bot lane.
Nope, not at all. You have some action here in the mid lane. Aegis Assault is coming through, will block some of that damage, but you will get taunted either way. Lord Crystal forced the back way, brought low by the bot lane of the college.
Look at Garfield's health. What happened?
Goodness.
game of margins here.
Directed cam brought
super.
me down to bot lane as that was happening. So
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a replay feature to show yet. Maybe eventually Runeterra Academy will give us a replay feature and we can look at fights that happen all across the board. That'd be super cool.
yep.
But right now, not much is happening except for Lil Willy slamming down the mid
They're
lane.
sitting on a ward.
Wait.
Blade will come out. Out comes the stun as well. Rocket jump in. Haidu looking to provide some backup. Dark Binding will land onto the Kaisa. Cleanse is popped immediately, but not before Firelight goes down. And it is Husky Templar picking up that kill on the Tristana.
Oh, there we go. So revenge taken, and they should be able to get the dragon off this. Nocturne is nowhere near.
It is a cloud.
And I don't think he does want to contest this at all. At least we're not getting Cloud Soul this game, so it's going to be an interesting Drake fight over, definitely. And teams will be scrambling for it. And Nocturne's going to take this opportunity to counter jungle, at least try to get ahead. He's pretty far ahead when it comes to jungle camp right now. And the first few dragons don't really matter. Okay, Lord Crystal has to get out of there. He was very low health, and Cloud Dragon hurts at the early level, so definitely makes sense there.
Yep. So story so far has been top lane and bot lane pushing in favor of College. Though we see that not really happening in top lane
Oh
right
wait,
now.
here we go.
Oh, that's Gameplank Ultimate stolen away by Zakutar on the Silas. Elrond looking to push forward and get this lane pushed in once again. Nice play for Zakutar, getting rid of that barrel. We'll go in, Impossible all in. Nocturne Ultimate comes out. It's the Paranoia. Elrond brought very low by the Silas. Flashes on forward to stay on him. But now Zakutar is forced to back away, and I don't think he gets away here. He does not. Elrond picking up the kill with the Gangplank Ultimate.
Oh,
Lil Willy looking to make something happen.
There we go.
Late Grand Starfall. Lazaga follows as well with the heroes enters. They're looking to dive here. Out comes the taunt. Sandbag and Elrond dog piling onto him. But what an assault! Buying so much time. Lil Willy would get the kill onto Lazaga with the help of the turret. Sandbag is behind enemy lines right now. Zakutara has just teleported back in. But a nice death sentence will buy time. Abscond Abduct does not land to Eliron. Lil Willy's coming in from the top side. Flay will try to keep him away. And what a brawl we have here. Zakutara and Lil Willy staying on the chase. Zakutara getting in there. Eliron setting up the barrels, but not before Zakutara is able to finish him off. And there's a kill going over to Lil Willy as well. Finally going to Firelight. CF card falls in the bot lane as well. Seeing as the Thresh was all the way up here on the top side jungle, and it's kills all across the map in favor of Iceborne Ready.
Oh my gosh, Iceborne! I think everything broke when it came to that top lane dive onto Lil Willy on the Pantheon. He was just able to buy so much time because of his Aegis assault. Oh my gosh, able to be immune from the damage. They weren't able to kill him in time, and the tower just took care of the rest. Firelight was there to help out his team, but I think they should have just cut their losses and run at that point. Okay, no, Firelight's dead here.
Firelight does have flash available, and Dark Binding will miss. Lord Cristo does have the Zenith Blade. He's going to be the one to make something happen, but he goes in on the Kaisa. A beautiful play from him. Rocket jump over his Husky Templar, and Lord Cristo will get the kill on the Leona. If they go over the... Nope. Okay, Sandbag was brought very low there. I'll say if they go in right now, they can probably catch him. He's going to get away from there.
Definitely. All right. So Iceborne suddenly blew this game wide open with that amazing sequence of events, all these team fights that happen in the bot lane. Kind of suffering a bit. Oh, wait, they're going in.
Paranoia will come out as well. Black Shield will prevent the fear, but it's already gone. Lil Willy in the middle of it all, valiantly giving up his life for the sake of his jungler. He's not going to be able to catch Sandbag before he falls. We will be still in rainbows.
That was very close to edge. Oh, man. If he had gotten the spear off, then possibly Nocturne would have gotten killed there. Been 1-for-1. That definitely would have still favored Iceborne, I have to say. But at least Ithaca are able to fight back. They're finding picks across the map using their global ultimates. And definitely Iceborne, they got an advantage, but they definitely have to be careful. Otherwise,
Husky Templar's going in, but Death Sentence will land. Not before Husky Templar gets a kill. Rocket, jump, reset. He's trying to get out of there, but the Killer Instinct from Card will let him stay on top. Lord Cristo comes in with some beautiful peel, making sure his ADC can get out alive. Grand Starfall coming in. It's Lil Willy with the Mortal Will passive fully stacked. Shield Bash comes in. Aegis Assault and the Comet Spear with the 598 execute secures the kill.
That was so darn close, Taj. Yeah. Again, Tristana just managed to make it out. Husky Temple making it out. And before I can talk more, Elrond's in trouble this time.
Haidu
Where's the
going in. Dark
orange?
Binding will land, trying to get those barrels set up to try to buy some time for his own jungler, Sandbag, but he's going to follow Zakutara. Firelight coming in from the Rift Herald pit, and it's a double kill so quickly for Sandbag on the Nocturne.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so things looking up at least for the top in the top side of the map for Ithaca. Dang, suddenly I'm not sure who's winning this game. The things are the gold lead is ahead for Iceborne, but still it's not too much for gold lead, and definitely the scaling options are still there for Ithaca. They're not finding themselves too far behind. Wait, let me just check the disparity between. Okay, so the problem right now is for Ithaca at least that Tristana is very far ahead.
Yeah.
So if they can manage to neutralize her somehow, CF Card almost got the kill onto the Tristana, but unfortunately it didn't pan out. Otherwise, may have been worth it there to at least get the kill onto her. But yeah, their ADC is very far behind right now, so they have to find a way to give this Kai'Sa some more resources to be able to hold their own in a team fight or delete Tristana outright when it comes to it. They do have the tools for it.
Yeah.
There's the Gangplank barrels. There is the Nautilus, and it'll be hard though because of how mobile Tristana is. And wait, looks like we've got some fun here.
4-man in the lower river. Lord Christo can't do a thing, try to get out of there alive. Sandbag will get the kill, and Ithaca will convert that immediately into an Ocean Dragon. Heidi was hanging out over the wall, however, but nope. It does. Smite comes through. That is Ocean Dragon secured for the side of Ithaca College.
You really can't be hiding around. Oh wait, Lil Willie.
Play box. Garfield Zazaga with the taunt as well. Firelight brought so low. Ignite sticky way, but not enough to finish Lil Willie off. I don't think any kills will come through here in the mid lane. No one's here to back him up. Yes, it will be both mid laners and the support for Ithaca surviving here.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so before that happened in the mid lane, I was gonna talk about how you really can't be alone. If you're Iceborne, you can't be off wandering alone. Otherwise, you will get collapsed on by so many different targets, so many different angles all at once. CF Card has to be a bit careful here. That's a very low turret that can easily get taken down. They should be able to get the first turret of the game after, and this Tristana will be very happy with the game state, at least for herself. Maybe not for her teammates, but for herself, she's very far ahead just because of the third plane in gold.
Kraken Slayer has been completed on Husky Templar, the Tristana, for a couple minutes now. Eclipse finished on Lil Willie as well, but possible action here in the bot lane. Haidu looking for a bush cheese. Solar Flare comes out. Firelight is slow. Zenith Blade, but a beautiful flay to intercept him. A Death Sentence will land on Haidu all the way in the back.
Well
Minions coming up to tank turret. And yeah, looks like this will be first turret going over to the side of Iceborne ready. It will be Ithaca College's bot lane tier 1.
I'll play on both sides. That could have been a lot worse for Ithaca, but Firelight manages to save, at least managing to toss away Lord Crystal before he can fully get in to his target. And Silas coming in big trouble.
Through. Zakutara just can't do a thing amongst all that damage. Grand Starfall will come out. Lil Willie has been doing big things for his team so far. 3-1-1 up Pantheon. He's going to flash offensively, shield bash onto Eliron, but Eliron with a defensive flash as well. Sandbag hanging out there in the low river. Lil Willie can see him on the ward, and he makes a smart call of backing away.
Ithaca learned their lesson. They learned not to be greedy and tried to tower dive the Pantheon. That would have been a really big mistake if they tried to go for it. This time respecting the amount of damage and the amount of time that Lil Willie can teleport down into the mid lane. A lot more action might happen. There is the Rift Herald isn't spawning anytime soon, so no objectives really across the map. It should be a lull state as both teams are farming up, playing safe, but anything can happen at the drop of a hat because of all these globals.
We'd see Card on the Kai'Sa, all alone down the bot lane. Zakutara is now heading down there. So it looks like the bot lane for Iceborne has rotated over to mid, and top lane has gone down to bot, and mid has gone up to top. So it's a full shuffle for the side of Iceborne, and Ithaca has not replied in any similar fashion.
I think they're just fine with the lane matchup as it is. Definitely, they do not want Silas to get bullied any more than he has already been. Okay.
Of course, you have to say that. Now he's getting back power on. It's 2 globals coming through. Death Sentence will land to help secure the kill. Sandbag on a rampage. 4-0-3 on the Nocturne.
Oh my god.
Caster curse. That was your fault. You did it.
Yeah, that was my fault. I'm sorry, Zakutara. Oh man, they made it to the lane assignment so that Silas would at least be able to play safe because he has been getting completely bullied out by this
Mhm.
gangplank. Eleron doing such a good job with his laning presence and making sure that his opponent is shut down completely. There's not much Silas can do right now at the moment. Maybe eventually he'll be a lot more useful when the team fights come up and he can actually start stealing ultimates and using them effectively during
Mhm.
the fights. But right now, he has to find a way to just make it to that point, get strong enough to be able to sustain during whenever a fight happens. And if he keeps getting pounced on like that, it's gonna be very hard for him to get back into this game.
Yep. Mythics are now being completed across the board so far. Everybody on the side of Iceborne has one except for Haidu, and that is because he decided to rush the Zanya's Hourglass, which I think is a perfectly fair decision on that Morgana.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, same thing for Galio. He should be getting his proto belt, rocket belt. I mean, no, it's not proto belt anymore. It's rocket belt.
Rocket Belt.
Right? The items, I'm still not used to them,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
though it's been a few
Me neither,
months.
me
But
neither.
anyway, all right. Posturing around this dragon, it should be a good one. Fighting over the Mount Drake, it's an essential one. If it gets a burst down, oh,
There's a root coming in from Haidu, and it's all powered on with the CC, but the first goal will go over to Lil Willie, taking down Sandbag. Finally, that's going to be a bounty claimed. How much? 400 gold bounty, so that's a 700 gold kill. Death Sentence will almost land, but it does not. And with the jungler down, this is Iceborne ready, turning their eyes to this mountain dragon.
that's a disaster for Ithaca. Honestly, Nocturne, you have a spell shield. You should be able to not get caught out like that. That's why you face track in the first place. Unfortunately, once you get hit by that Morgana binding, you're stuck there for the
Yeah.
rest until you die because there's just no way out. Especially with all the CC that can drop at you. There's the there's a Silas stun. There's the I forgot what's the name of the Pantheon.
Shield Bash, I think.
Shield
Or Shield Leap.
Vault.
I don't know. They changed it.
Shield
They
Vault.
changed it.
I think it's Shield Vault. Yeah, Shield Vault. So
Yeah.
all those lockdown CCs. There's a Leona too. So you're just absolutely stuck there if you get caught out, and that's possibly a way for Iceborne to get back into this if they manage to get some picks across the board. Honestly, if they don't have to fight 5v5, then definitely they'll be a lot happier.
Yeah, so on the back of that, it seems like both teams are kind of, they could play around this pick potential for the side of Ithaca College. It is these 3 global ultimates that can be used if they find somebody, pushed a bit too far out in a side lane. Whereas for the side Iceborne, it is basically a death ball just walking around. And if you don't get hit by one form of CC, you'll get hit by the next one, and then it's lights out.
Yeah, definitely. So definitely have to be careful about their positioning when it comes to posturing for fights like that. Otherwise, yeah, if someone gets cut out, it's over pretty much. Right now, you kind of want to have an advantage if you're going for a more macro style, global style strategy that Ithaca is going for. Right now, the gold is pretty much even, and I think Iceborne is happy with this. They're even a bit ahead. As the game goes on later and later, it becomes less and less side laning because you have to contest for these big objectives. You have to contest for Mountain Soul. You have to contest for Baron. So we'll have to see what Ithaca's response will be. How they'll be able to play this macro game out. If they're able to keep Eleron on the side lane, just pushing, just keeping pressure that way, I think that'll be their best bet. To keep pressure across the map. Otherwise, straight 5v5. I don't think it's a call for them. I don't think they'll have a good advantage there.
That'll be first turret claimed by the side of Ithaca College. It is the top lane tier 1. Both teams sitting at 1 turret apiece. And
The goal's even again. Because of that.
And it was like the gold is even, but Husky Templar is about 2,000 gold up on card, and it's a similar story up in the top lane for Eleron. Actually, in the bot lane, Garfield Zazaga just trying to get out of there. Lil, will he keep you up the chase? Will he has stun ready to go? No, he will not. Rift Herald is being taken as we speak at the same time.
Yep.
By the side of Ithaca College.
They saw play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
their second Rift
play.
Herald of the game.
Yeah, cross map play. They saw that the enemy team was making a play down spot. Go for the objective there in the top lane. They managed to get the Rift Herald. That's gonna be some decent pressure when they decide to go for the next dragon. There's still lots of towers to be claimed for the side of Ithaca. A lot of tier 1s. for Iceborne too. So definitely that referral is going to be very useful.
For sure. Do you think they'll use that mid or bot, or do you think time will tell? Like, is it not currently in a state where it can say, "Oh, we're sending it here"?
I think they're going to use it to pressure once the dragon is up. Oh. That's that. If it were me calling the shots, that was what I would do. Wait for your dragon to spawn, then plop the Rift Herald down. So you're forcing the enemy team to make a decision: either contest for the dragon, or try to save your tower and keep up pressure there. So I think that's a play, and they can kind of afford to go either way on the side of Iceborne, since they were able to get the second Drake off, and dragon stacking isn't completely a concern just yet. They're still safe to scale up. It'll be a while before we get the Mountain Soul. So,
yep. Let's see, we still got 2 dragons left to go. 1 minute left on that dragon timer. So looking at the earliest, maybe a 27-minute dragon soul. Leo Crystal got all alone, but Firelight's going in, flashes by Lord Christo just to get out of the box, and a very unclimactic play there.
That's a big cooldown gone, though, for Firelight when the dragon fight breaks out. He's just going in.
Firelight's going in. Zenith Blade will come out. Solar Flare, they're all stacking on top of the Thresh. In comes the Gallia Ultimate and the Paranoia. Now they're turning their eyes once again to Zakatara, all alone in the river on the Silas. He falls, and it's the Silas bully session once again. Elrond will go in. Nope. Poor Silas.
Yeah, poor Silas. He's not having the best game right now. I have to say, Sakatara, just with getting completely caught out again and again. Looks like they are popping the Rift Herald down right now. They do have the opportunity to get this. They can have their cake and eat it too, apparently. They should be able to get this mid turret down
Shelly's
super fast. Wait, fight.
Up in goes Lord Christo in the middle of it all, but there are so many members all focusing him down. Lil Willie in the meantime trying to dish out some damage, but a beautiful death sentence will land a high do, and that's the end of the story for him. And with Dragon spawn and that mid-tier 1 almost falling, this looks like the second dragon for the side of Ithaca College.
Man, all right. So Iceborne Fire 1, I think I managed to answer back with a dragon of their own, and looks like it will be a while before we get to the Dragon Soul. I'm not even sure if the game will be ending anytime before that. We may be in for a 40-minute banger, Taj, with the way things are going.
Yep.
It's almost been a kill a minute, too. So action-packed today between these two teams.
And fun fact of the night, if you think tonight is action-packed, this is actually a preview of what will be one of our round 1 games once the season starts up here at Runeterra Academy. It will be a matchup between Ithaca College and Iceborne Ready. So, and here we go. Here we go again. Paranoia comes out. It's Zakatara trying to get away. The Flea will come through. Gangplank Ultimate helping to secure the kill. And it will be Sandbag finding a kill once again on the Iceborne top laner.
Ah, man, I just would not want to be in that Silas shoes right now. And all the opportunity, they're paying for the Baron. They should be able to go for this, honestly.
No 4v5 teleport ready either.
Yeah, 4v5, just go for it. And these picks, they're just able to come in because Taktar is kind of left on his lonesome. No wards, no nothing. And even if there were wards, they can just come from across the map. So it's really hard to play this game if you're Silas. Firelight coming in.
Firelight trying to buy some time. Hero's entrance will catch 2 on the knockup. Firelight route so low, however, by Tristana. The Husky Temper doing so many big things on that champion. Garfield Lazaga will be brought down as well. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-0. Granted, they took down Zakutara earlier, but 4 kills right there for the side of Iceborne. And thank you very much, Ithaca College, for the leash. That Baron will be going over to them.
Oh my gosh, it was a 5-head play from Sakatara all along to put them into a false sense of security,
it was all a bait.
Apparently. So all bait, but yeah, this we haven't been talking about it much, but this Tristana is absolutely huge. We were talking about it in the early game, I guess. But right now, Tristana's being activated. The fact that she was able to free hit there during that team fight meant so much. They weren't able to touch her at all. I think Firelight did get the hook onto the Leona, but getting the hook onto the tank, it's not going to mean much, especially when your Kaisa isn't doing so much damage yet at this stage of the game, when he doesn't even have 2 items. This Tristana is living life large right now.
Yep, and when you said, just being able to free fire, personally, I would much prefer the Tristana on the Kraken Slayer over the Kaisa with the Gale Force. I would say that the Kaisa with that Gale Force is playing into this pick potential on the side of Ithaca College. But in a 5v5 front to back team fight, I'll take a Tristana with the Kraken Slayer over that Kaisa any day.
Yeah, definitely. It was a
So,
solid time. I mean,
preference.
yeah. Honestly, I mean, to be fair, the comp that Kaisa is in, they kind of want to go for dives onto isolated targets. So it kind of makes sense that Kaisa will want to be playing with her team because if she's left by herself, she'll probably get blown up a lot more easily if Tristana decides to just go on her. So it's a lot easier if you're playing with your team in that regard. But yeah, well, the Tristana is just so far ahead right now, and there's a train in the background. Sorry about that, everyone. The pain train's coming through right now for both sides.
Yep, and Zakutara has a front row seat on it.
I mean, right now it's very much a top diff game. You're feeling it. I feel it as a top laner. I feel it in Sakatara's shoes that he's left on weak side and he just has to die over and over again because he has to be left alone. Meanwhile, at least his bot lane is doing extremely well. Husky Templar on his Tristana. Oh,
Flash and Zenith play, but Sword Flare will catch a stun. Vitamin C comes out. Elrond is trying to get away, but it is not enough. And Husky Templar on the Tristana, 3-0-5, a 450 gold bounty on his head. Looks like he will be the X factor in these fights for the side of Iceborne Ready.
Yep, definitely. This Tristana is absolutely massive right now. All right, they're just using the ultimate from the Nocturne to try dissuade them, but it looks like Iceborne will not be dissuaded. They smell blood in the water right now, and Husky Templar wants the kills.
This top inhib falling. Suddenly, it's 5 turrets to 2 in favor of Iceborne Ready. And we might see some action here. Firelight is looking to make something. He's moving down mid lane quick. No Death Sentence will come out to try to catch them. Maybe it will, but it's not going to land on Zakatara. Thankfully, he doesn't want to die again.
All right, so the wave isn't completely pushing in yet. They still have time, at least, to be able to possibly contest for this big dragon that's coming up next. It will be still a point for whoever decides to get it, but they have to somehow get onto Husky Templar, who's pretty much been untouched throughout this whole game. He's 305, absolutely strong, 3 items with the Lord Doms, with the Phantom Dancer, with the Kraken Slayer. It's going to be very hard to try and catch out this ADC, but they have to do it. Otherwise, they just lose straight up front to back.
Yep. And there, I called it in Champ Select. It's the Tristana, and then just a black, like, the Morgana just presses E on the Tristana, and boom, the Tristana can rocket jump out of the dive, and they can just free fire from the back.
Oh, and they're giving up the Mountain Drake.
They are.
They have to, they can't really fight right now. I respect the decision. They have to play safe. There aren't really any other objectives on the map. The Baron is gone, so that at least can still farm up, and hopefully. There are several ways into this, There are several angles they can play at. There are flanking ways that Nocturne goes in. There's also the barrel from Aileron that could possibly sway the entire match. We've seen it time and time again. And the hook again.
You're hooking the Leona. Lil Willie, however, will get the kill very quickly. In goes Sandbag on the back line. He's trying to stay on top of Husky Templar, but he is not able to do enough. Husky Templar survives and will now start free firing from that back line. The Zaga in the front line. Cristo as well. The Zaga will find the kill onto the Leona. It's a 4v4 now.
Gosh.
Both teams have lost their support.
It was just because Sakatara wasn't there. I believe he was. That was a 4v5. It was still so close, even though it was a 4v5. But Tristana almost getting taken down. Husky had to give up. Had to give his flash. He had to get out of there. Otherwise, Nocturne would have killed him. But yeah, still, it looks like Iceborne are coming up ahead when it comes to pressure. It's just so hard to kill Husky Templar. They spent so much resources trying to get to him, but just not enough. It was a 1-for-1 in the end. But dang, the finest of margins.
Yep. And, something we haven't mentioned at all this game is that Husky Templar went exhaust alongside the Flash. So it seems like he knew that, at some point everybody's going to try to get on me. So I'm just going to exhaust the Nocturne and get out of his range, and then boom, just like there, you survive. Granted, you blew Flash, but at the end of the day, you're still alive.
Here's a problem right now for Ithaca. It was on early game, but Iceborne was pretty much able to keep up tit for tat for everything that they decided to do. And at this point, you're now at the part where Iceborne have the biggest advantage, honestly, because of the way they can team fight. Because of the ease of execution on their comp, they don't really have to think too hard about how to get in on the enemy team. They can just fight with Tristana free firing, and if they're able to meet that goal, put the check mark on it, then they should be able to win the team fight. Meanwhile, on the side of Ithaca, they have to go for all these angles, all these weird hooks, all these weird flanks that they have to be able to do in order to try and get the Tristana. It's just a lot harder to do.
Hook lands on Zekutara, but Firelight, he might get cut out here. It was a Solar Flare land, the stun. Husky Templar diving in as well. And Firelight goes down in mere seconds as the entirety of Iceborne collapses on him.
And this should be the next Baron for them. Yeah, it should be. Unless an absolute miracle still happens, Sandbag is going to have to pull one out of the bag of tricks here.
Yeah, Paranoia is ready.
Get it. Yeah, he could go for it. There's no vision, though. Wait, now there's vision.
Comes out. They can see it. But if he wants to make something happen, he has to act very quickly. Paranoia comes out. He will dive in, but it will be secured by the side of Iceborne. Sandbag doesn't have flash to get out. Husky Templar kill for his troubles. And that will be second Baron of the game, claimed this time without any help from Ithaca by Iceborne Ready.
Yeah, very nice try, at least trying to get that kill. Oh, wait, all right.
Lily down in the bot lane, but Carter's trying to get on top of him. That should be a kill. Plasma's fully stacked. There's a shutdown. 500 gold going over to Card on the Kaisa. I suppose, if anybody, that's who you wanted on.
Yeah, but just look at Tristana. He has an IE completed already.
Almost full build. And what's that? 3,500 gold up on the Kaisa.
Yeah, this is not this is not looking good at all for CF Card. When it comes to trying to out-damage Tristana in any way, unless she's able to delete the Tristana outright. It is still a possibility, which is very hard. Level 17 on Husky Templar. All the resources are on him. He has to carry Pence right now, and he definitely has the ability to be able to pull this over the finish line. Mountain Soul gonna come up in 45 seconds. That should be the fight that really decides the game. I think the fight was decided after... I think the game was kind of decided when Ithaca got wiped at the 5v4 Baron. When they tried to turn and fight front to back and it didn't work out. I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. But this one will be the final nail in the coffin if they don't win this one. I think Mountain Soul will just be too heavy of a hill to climb. Sorry, what is my expression? Too steep of a hill to climb. There we go.
Paranoia comes out. It's Zakutara, the target once again. Sandbag trying to assist. Hero's entrance comes through. Eleron will find the kill onto the Silas. Lord Cristo will use the Blast Stone to get out of there, and a barrel will land onto Husky Templar, but it's not enough for them to try to go in. The Death Sentence will land onto Haidu. Out comes a taunt! And things are looking good for the side Ithaca right now. Husky Templar, however, will find the kill onto Lazaga. Lil Willy all alone up from his team. Husky Templar continuing the chase. Will find the kill onto Sandbag. Rocket jumping in once again. There's another reset. He's keeping up the chase. Will find the kill onto Eliron. Quadra kill for Husky Templar. Death Sentence will land. No Pensa for you. But it looks like the game may right now go over to the side of Iceborne Ready.
Firelight's calling it. Husky with a sad face. Hopefully the viewers see it. Yeah, that should be game. That was a very messy fight. The Card tried to get onto the Tristana, but she was pretty much... Husky's positioning was immaculate during that fight. Not going in at the drop of the hat, making sure that he was safe before outputting as much damage as he can. And he should be able to win the game. Actually, they might not be able to. The death timers, they're still way too long. Okay, so it's not over yet. There's still a chance, but it definitely feels like it.
I mean, it's just, there was a 5v5, and Iceborne, I would say, took it rather convincingly. But it looks like the side of Ithaca, Iceborne went for the base. They weren't able to take all of it, but they ignored this mountain drag that was up, and Ithaca want to punish them for that and put themselves on soul point as well.
Oh my gosh, they didn't have time, so soul point for Ithaca. It looks like it's not over yet.
Nope,
looks like we're
not
going
yet.
to go for it. Definitely. I mean, the last fight was close, right? And they were still able to get the pick onto Sakutara, who's just not having had the best game today. Still, I think Iceborne just happy to even fight 4v5 as long as it's front to back. And there's still a chance, because of the way this stalled out, there's always a chance that Tristana could get caught out and die. So.
Yep. But, I mean, it looks like the side of Iceborne is giving Ithaca no opportunities to catch Tristana out. all alone. As you can see, Haidu and Zakutara practically escorting her down the bot lane as we speak. Zakutara will take the hero's entrance away from the Zaga. Firelight will once again try to hook the Leona. That's like the third time we've seen that happen, and I'm not sure exactly that's a priority target.
I mean, honestly, at this point, you take what you can get.
Yeah,
definitely.
true.
It's very hard to get the hook onto priority target at the stage of the game, honestly. Barring like a very egregious mispositioning, and you can just black shield. Oh my gosh!
Goodness, look at that damage coming through.
The range too. Chisana gets more range the higher level she is, so she can just be. I remember back then she could outrange towers. I'm not sure if that was nerfed in season 4.
Husky Templar.
Yeah,
Husky Templar is sitting on 653 attack range at the moment.
Oh, she has rapid cannon too. Okay, so
this is full build. Hog. All right, Black Shield will let Husky Templar tank 2 ultimates, or practically.
It's just it's not fair at this point.
Bot lane into turret falling for the side of Ithaca College.
Full build on Tristana, full damage, doesn't even need for any safety because of the Black Shield. You can easily be able to go for it. Go for Tristana!
Here we go. It's Paranoia coming out, but the Black Shield once again buying time for Husky Templar. In comes the Grand Starfall into the backline. Sandbag will fall to Haidu. It's Lil Willy in the backline, making sure Kaisa is zoned completely out. Zakutara helping him out there. Gonna get the kill onto Elrond. As Lil Willy is one who picked up the kill onto Card. Garfield, the Zaga, the only one remaining. It looks like he might get polished off here by Haidu in the jungle. In the meantime, Nexus turrets are falling, both of them down. Zakutara and Lil Willy together taking down the Nexus of Ithaca College. Will we get the kill? Yes, we can. There's the ace before the game ends, and that is the game going over to Iceborne Ready.
At least there we go. In the end, Zakutara was finally able to play the game of League of Legends, join his teammates in the team fight. So there we go. Despite everything going wrong in the top lane, Iceborne managed to bring it back with a brilliant performance from this Tristana. Really good job. And we have to also credit the Morgana and the Leona for keeping this Tristana safe, making sure that he has the space necessary to output all the damage he can in every team fight. So definitely good job by Iceborne Gauntlet in that regard, playing to their win condition. Husky Templar delivered.
Yep. Yeah, it's like everybody had their job, and they all did it. Tristana, you just right-click people, and Morgana will press E on you. And
Silas was the
worked out. Silas was the bait the whole game.
The whole game, Silas was the bait. Easy clap, easy top cap.
Yeah. Better top wins. Okay. But yeah, that's
fantastically played by both sides, I have to say, honestly. It was a really close game up until that Dragon Point, and I think I really made Iceborne sweat for it, and I'm happy to see it. And that's just a preview, too, of what we're going to see in the league. So I'm excited to see these teams clash again.
I am as well, and I'm sure all of you are, dear audience. That was the premier game of the quarterfinals for Runeterra's final open tournament hosted here tonight. Iceborne Ready taking the win over Ithaca College. Coming right after this will be I don't want to call it lower bracket, but one of the semifinals games coming through on the winners bracket. We'll get it to you right after this quick break. And once all games are decided, we'll have to wait for that, I suppose. But yes, I believe they are all finished up. We should get semifinals coming to you very quickly. We'll see you after this break for that.